My self-intelligence practice came about by just a flow of what was happening in my own life at the time. I had hit a wall. I had no longer felt wanted, appreciated, respected. I knew I needed a change. It was I was finally at a point in my life where I felt like I had the courage to be able to make that change for a variety of reasons. And so I realized though that going forward, even though I had absolutely no idea what that was going to look like for me, I knew that I needed to make some changes within myself before I could expect or want or need my life to change. Otherwise, I was going to put myself in a different scenario but end up in the same situation, if that makes sense. We have to create a change within us, even if it's just a change of perspective or change of knowledge. I don't mean change who we are. And that was also something I needed to learn, though, as well. So I took a few years and I dove into me and what I am about, what that looked like, because honestly, I really didn't have any idea. I, of course, knew, like, you live your life and you think you know, but when it comes down to facing a major change that you're going to now do something completely different in life and you have only yourself to rely on, all of a sudden you realize that maybe you don't know yourself as well as you think you do. So that's where I learned about emotional intelligence. And my lack thereof. That's where I learned how to turn it into a self-intelligence process that I needed to go through in order to feel like I was on the right path. That's where I learned all about my strengths and what those really meant and how to lean into them in a way that gave me something tangible to rely on for just a vocabulary and almost a permission to be myself and to lean into who I really am naturally and not try to change it because I think I should be more like someone or something else, or because I'm letting somebody else dictate for me what I should be like or how I should behave, think, or feel. So anyway, in this process, I realized that, oh my gosh, if I'm going through all of this, there has to be other people that are too. And I'm somebody that when I get excited about something and I feel like it has impacted me, such as like essential oils behind me that I'm using, anything that I get excited about, I have to share it. It's in my strengths. It's who I am. It's how I do things best. And I needed to help other women, other people, teenagers, young adults, couples, people who are building careers. I needed to find a way to be able to walk them through, help guide them in what I went through to help me get to where I am today, because I have never felt more comfortable in my own skin other than the menopause thing that I'm going through right now. But in terms of who I am, okay, I have never felt more comfortable being myself in my entire life. And it's a very freeing and liberating feeling, but it's really scary getting there. So anyway, I started this practice because I wanted to work with other people. That was the whole idea of it. But what I've come to realize that when you build something of your own that isn't really out there exactly in the way that you've created it, you need to spend most of your time marketing. Because as I used to tell my boys all the time, which sometimes moms, our words come back to haunt us sometimes. I used to tell them, hey, nobody's going to come knock on your door just because you want something in life. When they were going to college, you have to put yourself out there to go out and meet friends and meet people. Nobody's going to come knock on your door and say, hey, I want to be your friend. Same thing when they were job hunting. You have to be creative. You have to put yourself out there and you have to look for it. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, hey, aren't you looking for this kind of job? I want to give it to you. And now I'm realizing that with my business as well. Nobody comes knocking on my door saying, hey, I want to feel less frustrated in life and I want to be more respected by myself and other people. What does that look like and how can you help me? I have to market that. And that opens up a whole new world because I'm not a marketer. I don't know anything about it. It's not my intention. Sales? No thanks. It's not my thing. But it's part of what I need to do. And sometimes we need to do the uncomfortable in life in order to get what we really want out of our lives. So don't be afraid to, I guess what I'm saying is, don't not go after something that you know is passionate, a passion of yours. You know you're excited about, you know you can contribute in some way. You're going to feel fulfilled doing it because there's these uncomfortable parts of it that go along with it. We have to go through the uncomfortable in order to get through to the other side. And as I once told my son, sometimes you need to walk right through that damn storm in order to enjoy the rainbow and the sunshine at the end of it, and that smell of the fresh rain that comes at the end of a storm. That sometimes you just have to walk through all that rain and thunder and lightning and wind and maybe cold temperatures, whatever it might be, all of those uncomfortable things to get to the other side. So as I'm going through this process myself, I'm encouraging you to find your path and go for it. I also found that the older you get in life, hey, when else are you going to do it if you don't do it now? So if you want to know what that looks like for you or you're not really sure, let's connect and maybe I can help you through your strengths, figure out how you can lean into yourself, get through the discomfort that's going to get you to that end where you get to feel fulfilled in doing something that you've always dreamed of. Good luck.